We'll keep that in, I think, just for the laugh. Hi guys, it's me. Bet you've been wondering where I've been. So thank you for messages for some of you who don't even know. A couple of people have messaged me asking if everything's been okay. What's been going on? Happy New Year, because we are now officially in 2018. So Happy New Year. What's been happening since my last video all the way back in December the 8th or something? So after my last video where I was having a flare up, I ended up a bit under the weather, and what happened was I woke up in the middle of the night. I was having chest pains, and I was struggling to breathe, and I went to go to the toilet for a Jimmy Riddle, and I basically collapsed, clutching my chest, and I couldn't breathe. I thought I was having a heart attack. I honestly thought I was going to die. I called an ambulance eventually, about 3 hours later, when I could get into where my phone was, because I had to crawl back in, hence why I thought I was going to die. And I got rushed to St George's Hospital, which I give a lot of respect to the NHS and to the hospitals, I have to say this, but that hospital is actually quite horrid. The A&E is horrid. I was left in the waiting room with wires all connected to me while on a nebulizer, because they thought it was my asthma. And it weren't very nice. They did all these tests on me, and they basically said that it was to do with my asthma and heart, but one of my arteries looked blocked after doing a dye test, and that I'm going to need, in the future, I will need a stent fitted. I have to lose some weight, I have to give up smoking, I have to do the basics. So basically, I came out worse for wear, but I was out that day, and it was all good. Bit stressful through Christmas, getting kids presents, finances as always, and Christmas came. I fell off the wagon, as you do at Christmas, to be merry. And yes, that is my Christmas tree in the background. We'll get to that. And yeah, I fell off the wagon. I spent Christmas on my own, literally on my own. I had a very good drink. I weren't binge drinking. I was just getting merry and getting drunk, and that lasted for about 3 days. I had my kids over New Year's. Everything was going great. Health was okay. New Year's is a very hard time for me, as you know, because I lost Nathan. And it was really hard. I had the kids here. I got upset, as you do. Siobhan had fallen asleep, so it was just me and Jordan, and we had a cuddle and watched the fireworks, and then he went asleep. I had this big thing of, 2018 is my year. That lasted a couple of days. I had a massive drinking session. I got mashed, and that was it. I was fine after that. I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to do anything. But I started to feel unwell, and it got a bit worse. My breathing, my fatigue. I just couldn't get out of bed. I didn't want to get out of bed. My mental health. And last week I kind of got really, really ill. I had my daughter's birthday, and I bought her, for Christmas they got bikes. For her birthday she got loads of other bits, but they wanted to go out on a big bike ride. So not the weekend, just on the weekend before. Went for this long bike ride, they did. Come back and I was under the weather, even worse. And I ended up having to call an ambulance last week, which I think was the I can't remember the date. I couldn't breathe. 5 o'clock in the morning, I woke up, flued up, couldn't breathe, and it was a lot worse than it was before. This was a massive asthma attack I was having. It was plain and simple. I was having a big fuck off asthma attack. Paramedics turned up. They were concerned about the state of my house because I've been struggling to do things. They put me on a nebulizer and oxygen. Took me to Chelsea and Westminster Hospital at my request. And then, I was there in A&E. They decided they were keeping me in because they couldn't get the crack or the wheeze away, and I had another massive asthma attack. They get me upstairs, they do the blood oxygen. I don't know if you can see the bruise. They did the blood oxygen test, and they treated me for for flu and for asthma. And excuse me. So I had another asthma attack on Saturday in hospital, and they let me home a couple of days ago, Tuesday I think. This is Thursday. So they let me home Tuesday under strict instructions. I've got to rest. I've got so much more medication, new inhalers. There's talk about me having to maybe have an oxygen tank because, but I've got to have the more serious COPD test done because they're saying that it's my lungs are not getting better. My lungs are getting worse, and from last year when I had pneumonia, I had the lungs of a 36-year-old. They're saying I've got the lungs of like a 46-year-old at the moment, and they're saying that's getting longer and longer. The upside of things is I haven't had a cigarette in over a week, and I'm really proud of myself. Although I'm starting to crave one, and I look like shit. As you can see, I've got the beard. Sorry, the lighting is really bad here. So that's I'm really not well. There's other things that I'm not going to go into detail about because I've come to this thing where I'm sick and tired of people taking the piss out of my health. It's like people seem to think that I enjoy being ill and I'm making it all up. There's some loser who basically I heard came out with the thing of I made up having bipolar to get close to someone. And anybody that knows me and anybody who's been on my Facebook knows for years I've said about bipolar. And I think it was the 27th of June or July when I went to Springfield. I actually tagged myself, I checked into Springfield's mental hospital on Facebook, and there's people saying what it was, and there was me saying it's just been confirmed, my diagnosis has finally been confirmed for bipolar. So I'm getting just sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of people who think that I have to prove myself to them. I'm not well, or what's wrong with you? Or well, I've got a chest infection, or I've got asthma, severe, or what pumps do you use? What medication do you want? Why should I have to answer to you? Who the fuck do you think you are, people? I don't answer to my dad. So I don't get it, and it's pissing me off. And if people want to feel like that, then that's fine. Take the piss all you want. But, it's getting me down. My mental health is struggling. Because of a lot of things, and a bit of financial problems with my rent. And my lease is up for renewal in a couple of months, so I'm worried that that's going to play on it. But at the same time, my flat is in disarray. I've had health workers here and they're saying I've got mice, I've got a hole in my wall where there was a leak and they had to check the pipes, and there's all rubbish in the bottom of the hole and right in the fin. There's all rubbish at the bottom, and there's water damage, and there's this and there's that, and nothing's been done. So I've got a health worker and they're going to help me, fingers crossed. But I've just not had the energy to do nothing. I mean, at the moment, I'm in my lazy clothes, and I need to get some shopping, but I've got no one who will come with me. And that's the other thing that kind of has pissed me off a bit recently. Like when I was in hospital, you know, I had my ex of all people, my child's mum, came to visit with my daughter twice and do me a few things, because obviously you're in hospital. I'm a fussy eater. I don't eat all their food. No, fuck that shit. Pardon my language. But I don't eat all that, you know, some of that stuff. They had fish and chips, which was nice. I had that twice. I had but then I was living on jacket potatoes, toast in the morning, and a sandwich. So, you're not really like anyone. I don't expect it from people, but the amount of times that I've been there for other people and helped them, you know, and if not physically but emotionally, I thought it would have been nice for a phone call to say like, Mike, how are you getting on? Or, you know, Mike, are you okay? Do you need anything? I mean, a guy that I know, I've only known for a couple of weeks, he come up on Monday just to bring me a few bits because I weren't going to have dinner. And it's just another thing of, I really am on my own. And I seem to get forgetful of that. And I need to kind of take note of that and remember that I'm just me, myself and I, you know, and it's very hurtful. And I struggled over Christmas and New Year. I actually considered taking my life, but I didn't. But there was just a couple of days where I was I think it was like after drinking, and I was feeling really shitty, and I just thought, what's the point? What's the end game, man? But so the plan is that I'm kind of focusing on myself. I've got a lot of tests to be done, but there's a lot of lifestyle changes. Because basically if I carry on the way I'm living, I'm gonna be dead in the next couple of years, and that's not really the plan for me and my kids, is it? And it's scary to like be told that, you know, you don't change your life. And I don't want to be like these old guys that, like, I was in a room full of old people and they couldn't do nothing for themselves. One guy in the bed with a nappy on, all he could do was yell out, and that's all he did. It's horrible, man. So, yeah. I'm going to be doing another video shortly for a couple of people about sleep apnea, because basically someone I know knows someone, and they will start staying at their house, and they were snoring really loudly. So I turned around and said to them, oh, you should tell them to go and get checked out for sleep apnea, because I've got it and I know the snoring, because I used to, like, you could hear me for a mile. So I said, go and get them, you know, tell them to get checked out. Anyway, so it happened. The person's even said on social media, thanks to this person, like to the friend, for nagging at them and that. And so I was going to post a thing just about sleep apnea, what happens with the process, the sleep study and everything. And then I changed my mind because I commented on the person's status asking about a sleep study, and to me it seemed like their, I think, sister or whoever got on the massive defensive and started digging me out, even to the point of saying, well, you've done your research. Well, no, but bollocks if I've done my research, because I'm living it, and that is... So anyway, I decided I weren't going to do it, but I've got a buddy in America and a buddy in Cornwall who messaged me on Instagram last night, and they've asked me, because they've basically think, so I'm going to do one about sleep apnea, and then I'm going to do a bit of another video where I'm going to go into a bit of depth about things. And basically, for the time being, after my third video, I'm going to be saying goodbye for a while, because the channel's I'm not doing on the channel what I want to do. So I think that I need to do something, take a bit of time away, focus on my health and my life, and then come back and give you my all of what I want to do. But anyway, this is video 1. There'll be video 2 later on. I need to take my daughter to the doctors. So take care, colour your hair, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Easter, and enjoy watching. Like, follow, subscribe, share.